Dr. Amen is amazing. He's a blessing in our lives. Dr. Amen did this thing on his computer that tells us what part of the brain he can recover. And a lot of it can recover. And already, we've only been working with him for a short while, there's been a lot of improvement. I hadn't seen him pick up his guitar in like 8 years. He's constantly writing again. He's playing music, like a door is open for him. I've been a lot more attentive.
It's the medicine Dr. Amen gave me to take away attention deficit disorder.
It's already been an amazing improvement.
Well, Stephanie says her husband, actor Gary Busey, thought he was going through life perfectly and believed nothing was wrong with his brain after his near-fatal motorcycle accident. But Dr. Daniel Amen says Gary's left frontal lobe, where cognitive skills like impulse control happen, was literally destroyed. Take a look.
I've been working with Gary for a little over 5 months. When he first came to see us, I felt so sad for him. His memory, his judgment, his impulse control were just not good. He was really cognitively impaired. When things don't go quite right, he can be irritable. Boom, can have this flash of temper. Why? What's going on in his brain? If you read Gary's book, he clearly had ADHD as a child. In college, he played center. Offensive linemen have more head trauma. As an actor, he had some issues with drug abuse. Drugs, they damage your brain. He had a tumor in his sinuses. He had his sinuses, your brain's right behind it, radiated. He had a very severe motorcycle accident. He crushed his right skull against the curb. If you hit one side, you can see more damage on the other side. It's called a coup contra coup. That's clearly what we see with Gary.
Your brain is very soft, about the consistency of soft butter, and it's housed in a really hard skull. When you have a traumatic brain injury, your soft brain goes up against the ridges in the skull and causes damage, which can then damage your life. These are SPECT scans. Here's a healthy scan, which shows full, even, symmetrical activity. Gary's scan, there's a big difference. When you see the holes, that means seriously low blood flow. It's almost miraculous. He's doing as well as he's doing with a brain that is so seriously damaged.
Let's have a hand.
Well, Dr. Amen, thanks for being here. This really was a profoundly traumatic brain injury.
Gary hurt two really important areas of his brain. His temporal lobes, memory, mood stability, temper control, learning. But the most damage was in the front part of his brain. It's an area called the prefrontal cortex. Focus, forethought, judgment, impulse control, organization, planning, empathy, learning from the mistakes you make.
So what did you find when he first came to your clinic 5 months ago?
So the image on the right, what you're seeing is full, even, symmetrical activity. In Gary's brain, you can see these big holes, and what the holes mean is they're seriously low blood flow. But in the left frontal lobe, it's not low, that area died. And it's amazing, as I've gotten to know Gary and really love Gary, how functional he is, even though one of the most important parts of your brain was seriously hurt.
Yeah, and are there parts of his brain that are taking over some of the functions and he's retraining in those areas?
Yes.
So what have you seen change-wise in him since he started working with Dr. Amen?
First of all, even since the brain injury, he's always remained an amazing actor who's had an amazing memory. He could always remember his lines, and that's always been a blessing, thank God.
Point Break.
Went right back to work after his brain surgery. First movie was Point Break, then all these other blockbusters. So he's always been able to work, which is amazing, thank God. But in the home life, I'd like to say that he is so much more attentive to me, always asking me, what can I do for you? What can I get for you? Whereas before, it was just like his own stuff.